Giving you the information you need without all the embarrassment. This is an email from Carol in Salt Lake City, Utah, and she writes, I recently heard in the news that there is a brain-eating amoeba in neti pots. Is this actually true, and should I be worried? Well, this counts as not a stupid question. This did make the news recently. Take a look.
This little blue pot looks like something that would brew tea, but according to Louisiana health regulators, 2 people there died after using tap water that was infected with the amoeba Nagliera fowleri. The parasite penetrates the thin bone that's between your sinuses and your brain, causing an infection.
And then you get meningitis and meningoencephalitis and basically a brain infection that's lethal. Tap water is safe to drink, but it's not really safe to use in these.
So let's get the scary stuff out of the way first. These cases occurred in Louisiana. The Louisiana Department of Health and Hospitals is warning people against improper use of neti pots. So, this Nagliera fowleri is very uncommon. Between the years of 2001 and 2010, there were, I believe, 31 reported deaths from it. So it's so...
But not from pots, usually from a recreational water source.
But I want to talk briefly about what this amoeba is. Again, we are very lucky that this is so rare because it is scary. And let's get the scary part out of the way. What does this amoeba do? Well, as mentioned in that piece, it tends to enter your brain through your nasal passages. So you're swimming in a warm water lake that maybe has this amoeba in it. In this rare instance where they had the tap water that had the amoeba in it, it can enter into your brain and it causes something called a meningoencephalitis. And what can happen to you if you're infected, usually 1 to 7 days after your infection, you can start to get headache, confusion, neck stiffness, nausea, vomiting, fevers. It's very similar to when we talked on the show before about meningitis, because it is an infection of your brain. In this unique circumstance, it's actually an amoeba. What's scary is that it's very deadly.
Yes, and you can get it from swimming.
But we're not telling people to stop swimming. We're not telling people to stop
like you said, in the last 10 years, in the millions of people that swim in lakes, 31, 32 cases. That's it. It's really, really rare. But the amoeba is not in the neti pot. It's not the pot's fault at all. It's the water. So you got to make sure you use the right water. You don't want to just use tap water. You got to make sure it's sterilized water, purified water, distilled water, things like that.
So use your neti pot with lukewarm, distilled, sterile, or previously boiled water.
Right.
Obviously, do not use hot or boiling water.
Right.
Having said that, I don't want people to feel like if they've used tap water that all the tap water in this country has this amoeba in it. Right. We don't know why these particular people had the amoeba in their home's tap water. We don't know. Luckily, we were hoping this is a very uncommon scenario. So use sterilized water, and when you do that, we all say, neti on, brothers. You bet. Shall we?
We're going to show you just how safe it is.
I'm with you in spirit.
Because we all love doing this because it's so refreshing.
We're going to turn you into a neti aficionado here pretty soon.
All right, here we go, guys.
All right. Oh, that feels good.
There you go.
And it helps if you talk while you're doing it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Otherwise it goes down.
No,
you see how much clearer my sinuses are than yours? Look at that action. You see how good that is?
I got some good at that.
But ladies, you don't know that what they're doing is a nasal douche, and they don't realize it.
This is better than an orgasm.
Well, it's a nasal orgasm.
Right.
So you don't want to use just tap water. Use only with lukewarm, distilled, sterile, or previously boiled water. And obviously don't use hot or boiling water when you do it. And then let your neti pot dry out after each use just to make sure there's no buildup of germs in your neti pot. Let's move on. Our next topic is something you may need to think about before you get behind the